This facility is for urban operations, and that's a key element in our training. Where we operate as an army is as likely to be in the urban environment as the open country. In fact, in the way wars are going in the future, probably more likely to be in the urban environment. Preparing our soldiers for operations in such an environment is a key element of our force preparation. This village was built in the late 1980s to replicate a German village on the Great North German Plain. We've had to adapt this village to a number of scenarios, from Iraq to the Balkans to Afghanistan, and so with a little bit of imagination, the village works.
Landmarc's delivered a close combat facility here at Copehill Down, where the alleyways have been created to form a close combat situation. We've linked the basements to ground floor via a tunnel system, and at high level there is a gantry to allow the troops to go between buildings. It definitely came from the client. They identified a need for it, and we made their ideas, turned them into fruition.
The latest changes are led by its recent experiences in conflicts. We know that certainly in the Third World, be it the Far East, Africa, South America, a lot of people live within compounds, and so in order to protect themselves and their property, they build these large walls, which presents a challenge to our forces. So it's important that we have these compound walls that our soldiers can use to prepare them for likely scenarios in the future. As far as the shoot house is concerned, again, operating inside confined environments, inside buildings, what we want to do is add realism to their training. So being able to use simulated ammunition, sort of paintball type ammunition, in a confined space where we know whether targets have been struck or not, and gives that little extra frisson, that little bit of realism to their training, is really advantageous to what we do here.
The primary role of Copehill Down is to prepare troops for fighting in built-up areas. From a Landmarc point of view, this and the ranges is really our front line business. We liaise directly with the military personnel and work very closely with them.
The British Army needs to prepare for success in an increasingly complex future and contemporary operating environment. The urban environment is one of these. We must train with special tactics, specialised equipment, and importantly, in training in facilities such as this is just so critical, so that we deliver success on future operations.
With somebody like Landmarc, who are an intelligent interface with any contractor that is taken on board, they can take a lot of the pressure off us to be constantly having to direct and explain what our requirement is, and that is very useful, and they do take that pressure off us when we're dealing with the contractors.